spending on little ones, and we need to be investing a lot more in childcare to grow our economy. But these MAGA House Republicans are threatening to cut the little bit of funding that we do have going into childcare.
So you may qualify to receive an extra relief benefit, and be sure to watch to the end of this video to see how you can claim it, because the Biden administration has a new plan that will allow millions of older Americans to save hundreds of dollars every single month on healthcare. The Biden administration has made expanding access to health insurance and lowering healthcare costs for families a top priority. They recently announced that people will receive Medicare and lower premiums for Medicare Advantage and Medicare Part D prescription plans, and it's all thanks to the Inflation Reduction Act. People with Medicare prescription coverage will have improved and more affordable benefits, and including a $35 cost-sharing limit on a month's supply of each covered insulin product. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services is releasing key information, including premiums and deductibles for Medicare Advantage and Medicare Part D prescription plans, to help Medicare enrollees determine the best coverage for their needs. The Secretary of Health and Human Services also said in a statement that they have some changes to be made, everybody. Some changes that could be given to the people. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid are releasing this information, and people have even said that they're delivering on the commitment to reduce healthcare costs for Americans, including 64 million people with Medicare, thanks to Joe Biden's Inflation Reduction Act. Millions of Medicare enrollees will have lower prescription costs and improved benefits when they sign up this year. Enrollment in Medicare Advantage will include private health plans that cover all Medicare Part A and B benefits, and may provide additional benefits as well. It continues to increase. Projections indicate enrollment will reach around 30 million people in 2023, and the projected average premium for 2023 Medicare Advantage plans is $18 a month, everybody. A decline of nearly 8% from the 2022 average premium of $20 a month. Medicare Advantage plans will also continue to offer a wide range of supplemental benefits. The projected average premium for 2023 Medicare Advantage plans is $18 a month, a decline of nearly 8% from the 2022 premium of $20. Medicare Advantage plans will also continue to defer and offer a wide range of supplemental benefits, including eyewear, hearing aids, and dental benefits as well. As previously announced, the average benefit, everybody, is around $18 a month. Now, first of all, low-income seniors and adults with disabilities may qualify to receive financial assistance from the Medicare savings programs. These programs are essential to help millions of people access high-quality health care at a reduced cost, yet only about half of eligible people are enrolled. The MSPs are also helping people pay Medicare premiums and also pay Medicare deductibles, co-insurance, and co-payments if people meet the conditions of eligibility. Enrolling in this offers relief from these Medicare costs, which turns and allows people to spend that money on other necessities like food, housing, or transportation. And the Biden administration has already approved the massive Willow oil drilling project, which is angering climate advocates and setting the stage for a court challenge, everybody. Yes, and the Willow project is a decades-long oil drilling venture in the National Petroleum Reserve, owned by the federal government, in the area where the project is planned holding up to 600 million barrels of oil, though that oil will take years to reach the market since the project has yet to be constructed. And by the administration's own estimates, the project will generate enough oil to generate and release 9 million metric tons of planet-warming carbon pollution a year, equivalent to adding 2 million gas-powered cars to the road. The approval is a victory for Alaska's bipartisan delegation, who hailed the drilling venture as a much-needed new source of revenue and jobs for the remote region. But now, a Republican senator in Alaska said in a statement, Alaska is now at the cusp of creating jobs and thousands of jobs, generating billions of dollars in revenues, and improving the quality of life on the North Slope and across our state. But it's a major blow to the climate groups who are opposed to this. Breaking news, everybody, for all Social Security recipients. It has been announced that millions of Social Security beneficiaries could see a big benefit increase soon. Congress is working on some new changes for monthly benefits, and Social Security recipients are likely in for another large COLA increase in 2023, and it could even be bigger than last year's. A recent analysis from the Nonprofit Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget found the increase next year could be as high as 10.8% if inflation continues at its current pace. If inflation cools to the target rate of 0.2% a month, then checks could increase 7.9%. Inflation has remained high all year, with prices increasing 8.6%. In May, Fortune noted, as a result, the Social Security benefits will likely rise somewhere in the middle of those figures, potentially around 8.8%. That would still be the fourth highest COLA bump ever. And according to reports by CBS News, the nonprofit Senior Citizens League previously estimated an increase of 8.6% next year. Social Security recipients got a high 5.9% cost of living increase in 2022, the biggest in decades. The hikes are meant to help seniors and other Social Security beneficiaries keep pace with rising prices, but the increases will not arrive until next year, even though inflation is high right now. The Social Security Administration typically announces the annual COLA increase in October, and it takes effect in January. Historically, the raises haven't done a good job of keeping up with the actual costs that seniors have faced. In fact, even with annual increases, benefits have lost roughly 40% of their buying power since 2000. Unfortunately, even if seniors get a substantial raise this year, it's likely going to be wiped out by increased housing costs. Medicare expenses have also been rising steadily, further eroding the ability for cost of living increases to help recipients keep up with rising prices elsewhere. Before last year's increase, beneficiaries have been dealing with years' worth of much smaller hikes, 3 times since 2010. Recipients didn't get any bump at all thanks to low inflation. In the 2021 COLA was just 1.3%, and there are some lawmakers that have a plan to boost Social Security payments by $2,400 per recipient annually, while also shoring up the program financially. The Social Security Expansion Act is going to be put forward by Democratic Representative Peter DeFazio and Bernie Sanders. The plan comes after the Social Security Administration said Americans will stop receiving their Social Security benefits in roughly 13 years if Americans don't do something about this.
Well, this is a really important vote today because it really is about lowering costs for consumers, and it really is about bringing jobs home and manufacturing more in our country, and it really is about national security. So when we look at this, it is automobiles. I know a little bit about that from Michigan. It's home appliances, it's computers, it's missile defense systems. It's what our Army drives. It is every part of our defense systems. Modern life depends on semiconductor chips. Most of the chips are produced overseas, as my colleagues have said, and it's time to bring that home. The pandemic certainly showed us what happens when the global economy is shut down and we don't have the capacity to have a just-in-time supply chain by reaching out to Asia and being able to have access to those chips. The bad news has been, because they're produced overseas, that prices are high for product and are going up. We don't have the jobs we should have, and right now we're in a precarious situation long term as it relates to national security technology. In Michigan, just let me paint a picture though, because this is very real for us, and we've been living this for the last year and a half. GM has had to idle nearly all of their plants at some point. Assembly lines have shut down. Workers have been sent home repeatedly. Parking lots at Ford plants have been packed full of cars that can't be sold because they're missing chips. You can see that not very far from where I live in Lansing, Michigan. That